Hello friends, welcome to my channel, a channel for learning simple coding. If you find this video to be helpful, please like, share and subscribe my channel. In this video, we are going to learn how we can create dynamic route handler in Next.js. In previous video, we have learned about route handler, and in this video we are going to learn dynamic route handler. What is dynamic route handler? Dynamic route handler means with the help of dynamic route we will get the information as per the information sent in the URL. Means whatever we are passing in a URL, on the basis of that we are getting a dynamic data by the route handler. That is the purpose here. For that we go to the project. In last video we have learned about route handler. Remember that. In route handler, we just made this get route handler, and with the help of that, we use this API to fetch the information from the GitHub API. This is the last video in which we use only route handler. But now the condition is different. We want to pass a ID of that user, and on the basis of that ID, we want to fetch the information from the API. For that, we need to create dynamic route handler. So for creating a dynamic route handler, we need to create dynamic routes also. So here in API directory, I create dynamic route. For that, I click on the folder and here I create ID like this as a dynamic route. Remember that this ID is a dynamic route. Under this, I am creating a file route.tsx because I'm using Typescript. So under the API folder, we have dynamic route and the name of this route is ID, and we have under this route.tsx that will work as a dynamic route handler. Same we have to do here. So I create function get, and in this function we do like this, and I export this with the help of this curly brackets like this. I need to export it. Now this is done. I need to get two parameters. First one is request and second one is param. So I say this route param or param like this, and we need to specify the type of this also because we are using Typescript. So here I import, first of all I say here next request, this one next request like this, and this r param I need to specify type of it. So I say type, and I say r params type equal to, here I say under this we have a params, and under this param we have the ID because we have given here name ID, and that ID I say it is of a string type. So like this I create this, and here I pass this and I say r param type like this. So we decide the data type of this because we are using Typescript. Now we get this information. So I say const, and here I say ID I required from r param dot params. So from this I need to get this ID information, and remember that because the same API I'm using, so I'm using this same thing from this also. So I just do here copy paste same thing, and this should be async. So I say async here, and I need to import this also. So I say here next response like this. So we have imported this also, and now I need to fetch data on the basis of ID because we are creating a dynamic route. So here I just convert into backtild, or we can say string literals format, and here I say slash, and here I use dollar, and under this I pass the ID because this ID we are getting from the route because of dynamic routes, and this ID we are passing here. So this API will return single user information on the basis of this ID, and that data we will fetch here and we will response this like this. So this is the dynamic route formation in Next.js. Now we have to test this. For testing it, we need to go to the browser here, and suppose here I say user. Remember that I'm saying user here. So it will display all the records because of the last video we have. You see we have API, so we have to put API also because under user we have a API folder for this. So I say API. So you see all informations are displaying because in last video all informations are displayed about all the users that I have explained in route handler video, that was previous video. Now we have to pass the ID. So I say 1 like this. Remember that. If I say like this, so it will fetch dynamic routes. Remember that dynamic routes will work now, and you see that record 1 is display here. If I pass 2, so on the basis of 2, you see 2 is not found. That's why it's saying that message not found. This ID is not available. If I say third, you see 3 is available, and if I say 4, you see 4 is available, second is not available. So this API is working. This is called dynamic route handler. Dynamic, why dynamic? Because we are passing the ID from the URL and we are reading this parameter from this. On the basis of this ID, we are passing the value to the API, and this API fetching data on the basis of the ID we are passing. So this information is coming dynamically at runtime here, not a static one. If I say 1, so it is dynamic input we are providing from the URL, and you see that on the basis of this we are getting this. So this is called dynamic route, remember, but this dynamic route we have implemented on a route handler. That's why we called it dynamic route handler. This is the information that is required when we create REST API in Next.js. So that's all in this video. If you have any query, please comment on this. If you like this video, please consider to subscribe my channel. Thank you for watching this video.